Hello everyone, it's Dr. Vasquez, your doctor in criminal justice, bringing you another video on criminal justice topics. So I have one story coming out of Texas, coming out of San Antonio, coming out of the 210, coming out of where Dr. Vasquez went to basic training. 3 San Antonio police officers have been charged with murder, and people believe that it was due to a mental health crisis. Stay tuned for what comes next. Thank you.
Tonight, 3 San Antonio police officers charged with murder after shooting a woman inside her home. That woman, police say, was in the throes of a mental health crisis. Officers approaching 46-year-old Melissa Perez early Friday after receiving a call that she had cut wires to a fire alarm at her apartment complex.
Hey, lady, get over here.
Perez then running back to her first-floor unit. Police removing a window screen to gain access. That's when they say Perez grabbed a hammer and they drew their weapons.
You're gonna get shot! Shoot me! You're not gonna work!
Police say Perez then threw a glass candle at one officer. According to police, Perez ultimately smashes that front window with her hammer.
Hey, watch out, watch out.
Police opened fire, missing Perez, who they say then came to the door with hammer in hand.
Back up.
Perez is shot through the door and killed.
All right, everybody, welcome back. So about 3-4 days ago, this previous Thursday, so that's June 22nd, going into June 23rd, Friday, the early morning hours, around 2 o'clock in the morning, police get called, fire department gets called. A lady had cut the wires to the fire alarm at this apartment complex. You just saw in the video, police rolled up. They made contact with this female. Her name is Melissa Perez. I'm going to say it again, Melissa Perez. I'm going to say it one more time. Melissa Perez, 46 years old, out of San Antonio. You see the lady go back into her apartment, right? The police officers is like, come here. Please stop running. Come out or stop resisting. They try to follow her. At which point she locks herself in the apartment. You see the police officers trying to go through the balcony. They're trying to go through the window. The lady comes through the window. She throws a glass bottle. They say the glass bottle is of a candle or some sort. So she throws this bottle. Next, she grabs a hammer. She grabs a hammer, and you could see she goes to the window. What is in question, what people don't know, because we weren't there, is if she lunges at the police officer or she doesn't. In the aftermath of everything, the police chief comes out and says that she was suffering from a mental health crisis. From that incident to this time, 3 officers have been charged with murder. They were arrested, okay? And that's where we're at right now. All right, everybody, welcome to this channel. Welcome to this platform. Welcome to this community. If you're new here, I always have 3 questions, 3 concerns, 3 things that I want to discuss with you. This is... I do this to create dialogue with you, right? This is supposed to be educational. It's supposed to be a forum where we have communication with one another. We bounce ideas off of one another, and it's entertaining as well, right? The first question that I have for you: are police officers trained to identify and deal with mental health? Let's start there. I've always had an issue with this, right? Because police officers, they are police officers. They're not psychiatrists. They're not psychologists. How many years do these doctors go to school for to deal with those type of issues? So I have to believe that no, police officers are not trained. They cannot identify somebody dealing with autism or something like that, having a nervous breakdown, mental breakdown or something like that. So these officers got on scene, right? And they saw somebody running into this house and they perceived it as a threat, right? So I think sometimes it's hurtful. This should not be the occasion. There has been some solutions proposed where psychologists, psychiatrists team up with police officers and go out into the field so we can avoid these types of circumstances. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much. That is your first question. All right, the second question that I have for you: does someone having a hammer in their hand equal deadly force? Okay. So for me, It's up to the officer. Unfortunately, everybody has a different risk perception. We all respond in different ways. What might be scary and intimidating to me might not be scary and intimidating to you. So these officers saw this woman with a hammer. Can a hammer cause deadly force? Yes, we know that, right? If you start to beat somebody upside the head with it, it can lead up to deadly force, right? Same thing, you stomp on somebody's head, or if you grab a soda bottle or whatever, right? I think the question here is, how close was she? It didn't seem to me she was that close where she could kill somebody with that hammer, right? So that, I think, is what led to the charging of those 3 officers, where she was not in a position to cause serious bodily harm / death, right? So I think that is what led. Let me know what you think, comments below. Let me know if you think that it was a deadly threat and that, the actions were appropriate, or if they weren't appropriate. Let me know how your mind works and what you think about that situation. All right, and the last question I have for you is, what do you think the charge would be? It says they were charged with murder. I don't know if it was 1st degree, 2nd degree. Depending on what state you're in, there's going to be different charges. Involuntary manslaughter, I think it was negligent homicide, depending on the state that you're in. Keep in mind, 1st degree. 1st degree, I planned it out. I woke up in the morning. I knew who you were. I was going to run up on you, and I was going to shoot you, and I was going to kill you. That, it was malintention, right? We knew what was going to happen. So 2nd degree is in the heat of the moment. We always have the classic case where somebody catches their spouse cheating, and then they act in the heat of the moment, and we consider that 2nd degree murder, right? And then you have involuntary, again, depending on the state in which you are, which could kind of be 3rd degree and so on. So let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Obviously, to me, 1st degree is out, right? Because they don't even know each other. They don't have a relationship with each other, right? So it's either going to have to be 2nd degree involuntary manslaughter. There's still the question. The biggest question is going to be for the defense counsel to prove that there was serious bodily harm / death to the officer, right? If they can prove that, then that's going to be very key in this case. All right, everybody, that is your video for today. I wanted to throw a quick plug out there. We've been doing this for 3 years now. Ever since the pandemic started, we have over 300 videos. We're on all platforms. We are on TikTok. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are on Patreon. If you go to Patreon, you subscribe, you get these videos before anybody. Okay, if you like talking about criminal justice, if you like talking about criminology, if you like having these conversations, if you like dissecting anything criminal justice related, and then I ask you questions and you go in the comments and you comment and I hit you back and we have a conversation, this is the platform for you. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night.